What's up, guys? Bouncing here, bringing you my Gears of War 3 wall bounce tutorial. Some people have been asking me to make one and show them how it's done, so here it is. There's 5 keys of wall bouncing. How to hold your controller, picking the settings that are best for you, learning how to use the blind fire, practicing and practicing before you use it, and then in a game, timing and knowing when to use it. Because you don't want to go around just wall bouncing aimlessly. And here's 3 grips on how to hold the controller. First, standard. Then I'm going to show you one version of the claw, and then another version of the claw. Basically just switching up the thumb and the index finger. Alright, now you want to hook up your settings. Go into options, controller, and pick what sensitivities you think are best for you or what you feel comfortable playing with the most. Also, pick which control scheme you want, alternate or default. I play on alternate. This is a lot different than default, I guess, in some ways. Speed and whatnot. Alright, basics to wall bouncing. Find a wall, slide in, just slide into the wall like you're taking cover. Basic. Once you feel comfortable with that, try sliding into the wall, but pulling backwards before you hit that wall. That's a wall bounce, your first wall bounce. Once you feel comfortable doing that, then try and do sliding into 2 walls. I mean, this is fast. I mean, you can do it as slow as you want, but just build up your speed. Just one at a time. Once you feel comfortable sliding into 2 walls, and do the same with the one. Slide in before, pull out before you slide all the way into the wall, and just keep practicing until you get those consecutive bounces. That's what you want, is consecutive. Then, like, the same thing as 2, try and move to 3, and just keep repeating it until you feel comfortable with how you're doing that bounce. Pretty basic. And this is how it looks on my controller. Yeah, I use the Onza controller, and the reason I'm not hitting the A button is because I used the programmable bumper on the top as the A button. So when I'm using my right index finger, that's me hitting the A button. Alright, here's the single strafe bounce. This is probably the easiest but also most effective wall bounce you can use, because anybody can do it, and it's good for dodging that first shot and gaining an advantage on your opponent. That's an example against the bot when I was just messing around. There's some in-game footage. So dodge the shot, dodge the player, get behind them. It's just simple. There's one bounce, miss a shot, fire. That's the first thing you should start off with if you're trying to learn the wall bounce, and just not going crazy, and just the single bounce. It's gonna be pretty effective. And you're dodging the whole scorcher right there. That's pretty hard to do. The stopping power is ridiculous on that. Alright, here we go, the side bounce. This is something that I don't really use that much. I don't really have any footage of it, but I mean, I don't think you only really get 1 kill of it, so I usually just delete it, but it's pretty effective, I guess, as well. It's easy. So I did it against a bot and another bot. Just to dodge the shot and get the advantage. Alright, this is something that I love to do. This is fun. I do this a lot. Side to side bounce. Basically get into a hallway that you can bounce side to side, and same thing with the first bounce. Just go to each wall all the way, and then once you hit it, pull out. And then you just want to try and stay in between the walls and go as fast as you can, and just work your speed up. It's all about timing and not mashing the buttons, actually hitting the buttons so that the timing is perfect. Ooh, right. love the side to side bounce. It's cool. Alright, here you go. There's two types of wall bouncing now. This is real wall bouncing. You can use your camera or the angles on your left analog stick. So the first is the camera. I'm going to show you first. I'm going to show you the camera. It's pretty much the same thing as the first bounce, but instead of going straight, you want an angle to the wall, aim with your camera, and just slide in to each wall, just back and forth. Practice that until you can go all the way down. Say pick this hallway and go all the way down the hallway. Now try and do it without touching the walls, and then just build up your speed. Keep practicing. This is some in-game footage right here. Oh, it's laggy, I don't know why it's like that. And this is one of my teammates doing it with default. That's what it looks like on default. With the camera bounce. Alright, here we go, angle bouncing. It's pretty much the same thing as camera, but instead of using your right analog stick, you're going to use the left analog stick. So you just start off by, the angle bouncing is all about positioning. It's your character, knowing where your character is, and sliding into that wall, because it's not going to be the same thing every time, unless you make it that way. So you just start off, just trying not to hit the wall, slow. Just build up your speed. Try and be consistent with it. I'm trying here not to hit the walls, but it's hard to go back once you, I don't know. There you go, that's slow on how to do it without hitting the walls. Here's how it looks on the camera, on the controller. This is angle bouncing once you get the speed down. It's a lot quicker on alternate than it is default. I know that's for a fact. Alright, circle bouncing. That's probably the funnest. It's easy to learn and it looks the coolest for how easy it is to learn. It's basically the same thing as the first. All of it's the same as the first wall bounce, just faster and different variations. So just pick an area like this where you can bounce far apart and just slide back and forth to the walls. Once you get comfortable with that, you start out in the middle and then just hold up on your left analog stick and then to the left on your right analog stick and tap the A button so that you try and stay in the middle of where you started. That's how it looks. Up, left, tap, tap, tappity tap. Alright, this is something that I love to do. I've never seen anybody make a name on it. So I'm going to call it the sling bounce. So what it basically is like to avoid lancer shots when people are like just hard aiming you with a lancer or a retro or anything like that, hammer burst. Like hopping into cover and to cover so that they can't hit you, just staying beyond that cover, from cover to cover, whatever you want to call it. I'll show you examples. It looks confusing, but I'll show you how it's done. Like that. Cover, back to cover, and then right up, boom. So they have no chance to hit you, but you're still bouncing behind cover. And this is what it looks like when you incorporate all the bouncing that I just showed you into one. And this is definitely what not to do. I got lucky, but not when. Don't do this. Just bounce around the map. See, that kid could have easily killed me if he knew I was coming. I didn't even know he was there. He just happened to walk right into my scope or my aim. Same thing with that guy. Just ran right in. So, thanks for watching. Any questions? Let me know. Comment, message me, add me on Xbox Live, whatever you want to do. If you want help, let me know. I'll try and help you guys out. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I'll try my best here to explain wall bouncing in my perspective of how you do it. So, yeah. Any questions? You know where to